The Renault 5 had the best launch last year and has won the hearts of many people instantly. But this car may not be for you. Now, Renault has thought of this. If you are in need of more space and a bit of a better ride height, and again classical and retro looks, then this may be your car. This is the Renault 4 E-Tech, based on the classical Renault 4 but with the new Renault 5 E-Tech underpinnings. Let's have a look and see if this car is any good. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the #1 place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So the design at the front of the new Renault 4 E-Tech is best described as retro modern. To start with, we get this black bar like what the new Vauxhalls have, and this houses your LED headlights with illuminated Renault logo and illuminated bar surrounds, and even some circular LED daytime running lights. Lower down we get some matte black plastic that stretches along the front, hiding a small lower central air vent and some side vents. The overall front is quite smooth looking, but this gives it a funky look. Moving round to the side, we can easily see the classical Renault 4 silhouette shining through. We get some indents on the lower part of the doors and a separated rear window just like the classical Renault 4. To give it an off-roader look though, Renault has given this the usual matte black wheel arches and lower seal. We also get some chrome too, which I do quite like. Finally, the wheel designs also look modern and adventurous. Moving round to the back, and again it is the same as the rest of the car, having a classical retro look. We get these retro looking taillights that are all LED and look very cool. We don't get though the Renault badge, and this is because it is sort of integrated into the 4 badge along the side. We do get the Renault lettering though, although it is hidden on a matte black plastic bar, and just below that we get the number plate. The bumper does have a lot of matte black plastic though, but it helps with its off-roader look. I also quite like the way the lines look classical on this car too. Right, let's have a look at what battery and motor options you can have with the new Renault 4 E-Tech. So from launch, the new Renault 4 E-Tech will get the most powerful motor setup from its Renault 5 sibling. This is 148 brake horsepower motor mounted on the front, giving this car front wheel drive. It can do 0 to 62 in just 8 seconds. This is mated to a 52 kWh battery pack, giving this car about 247 miles of range, which isn't the best compared to its rivals, but it is still very usable. The price of the new Renault 4 E-Tech hasn't been announced yet, but we can estimate it will be in the region of between £27,000 to £31,000. Once the official price has been announced, I will let you know in the comment section below. Right, let's have a look and see what the interior is like. So, climbing inside the new Renault 4 E-Tech, and we actually get the exact same dashboard as the Renault 5. To start with, the dashboard has a 3-part design to it. We have the top part of the dashboard, and then this lower down we get a black bar running along the dashboard. On some models you can have a graphic on this. Lower down on the 3rd part you get a premium and soft touch cloth material which makes this interior feel very modern. The cockpit is driver orientated, which makes this car feel sporty even though it is an SUV. And we also get this 2-block design around the instrument cluster and infotainment system. This infotainment system runs Android Automotive and is personally one of the best and intuitive infotainment systems out there in its class. It is easy to use and it has the new Google Assistant as well as Google Maps and the Google Play Store. The instrument cluster is also clear and very customisable, which is also great. Lower down the centre console we get some rectangular air vents, and below them we actually get a row of climate control buttons. We also get a decent amount of storage too, which is very nice. In front of the driver we get 4 stalks, which I'm not a fan of. We get the usual indicator and wiper stalks, which are great, but we also get a media stalk like other Renaults. Again, I am used to this. but we now also get a gear selector store on the right, which I can see why Renault has done this, but it does look like an afterthought, and it would look a lot cleaner if the wiper and indicator stalks are integrated together. It would also make it a lot easier to use too. We get a nice premium steering wheel with a flat bottom and top, and we also get these retro looking front seats which are comfy and supportive. And I just want to mention that we also get a textured headliner in the 4 like what you did in the 5. It looks very cool, and I do wish other cars would have this. Right, let's have a look at the rear seats. So climbing into the back of the Renault 4, and legroom and headroom isn't actually that bad. The plastics do feel a bit cheap though, but they aren't the worst that I have seen. You do get some storage though and 2 USB-C ports, but sadly you don't get an armrest, which would have been nice. Right, let's have a look and see what the boot space is like. So opening the boot, and you're welcome to this very tall opening that you don't see on other cars. This makes it very easy to get big and heavy items into the boot, making it the best practical electric SUV you can buy. With these seats up, you get 420 litres, which is quite decent, and if you fold the seats down, this increases to 1,405 litres, again, which is quite good. You also get an extra 35 litres of storage under the boot floor for your charging cables, as there isn't a front boot. Clever thinking, Renault. So, in summary then, what do I think of the new Renault 4 E-Tech then? Well, it's pretty much the Renault 5 E-Tech with a higher ride height, but actually it is so much more than that. We get a completely different retro look to this car, giving the buyers a different perspective of the Renault brand, and I do really think that this will be a popular SUV, as there isn't actually anything like this on the market. I mean, you could possibly include the Mini Aceman, but it doesn't look very classical now, does it? I think Renault has really hit the mark with this one. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.